the Orisha Oko of agriculture, fertility, and justice. Oko is the Orisha of agriculture, fertility, and the justice required to maintain societal balance. Revered as the provider of sustenance, she governs the cycles of planting and harvest, ensuring abundance through hard work and ethical conduct. Orisha Oko, the divine Orisha of agriculture, fertility, and justice, governs the land, the cycles of planting and harvest, and the moral order that sustains communities. She is the force that ensures the earth remains productive, that food is abundant, and that justice prevails in human affairs. As the master of cultivation, she represents patience, diligence, and the rewards of honest labor. Her presence in the 16 Odumeji reveals his role as the provider of sustenance, the upholder of truth, and the one who teaches that hard work and fairness lead to lasting prosperity. She highlights themes of productivity, accountability, and the necessity of cultivating both physical and spiritual resources. In Eji Ogbe, Oko manifests as the great cultivator, ensuring that those who plant with wisdom and care will always harvest in abundance. She teaches that prosperity is not accidental, but the result of patience, discipline, and harmony with nature. In Yekumeji, she governs the cycles of life and death, showing that the land must be nurtured, rested, and respected. Here, she reminds us that everything has its season, and that depletion without renewal leads to barren fields and spiritual emptiness. Wori Meiji highlights her role as the source of truth and order, revealing that justice, like farming, requires diligence and fairness. She teaches that deception and shortcuts yield nothing of value. In Ode Meiji, Oko governs fertility, ensuring that both the land and the people remain fruitful. She teaches that balance between taking and giving back is necessary for sustainability. Orosun Meiji reveals her connection to communal wealth, showing that a good harvest is meant to be shared. Here, she teaches that hoarding resources leads to imbalance, while generosity ensures continued blessings. Wonrin Meiji portrays her as the force behind divine justice, ensuring that those who exploit others or take from the land without respect will suffer the consequences. She warns that nature cannot be deceived. What is planted will be reaped. In Obara Meiji, Oko appears as the bringer of abundance and economic stability. She teaches that true wealth is cultivated over time and that those who respect the land and its processes will always have enough. Kanran Meiji presents her as the force of perseverance, revealing that success in farming and in life requires endurance. She teaches that hardship is temporary, but those who persist will see the fruits of their labor. Igunda Meiji highlights her role as a warrior for justice, showing that he fights against corruption, falsehood, and dishonesty. She teaches that truth is like a seed. No matter how deeply buried, it will always find a way to the surface. In Osa Meiji, she governs divine revelation, showing that wisdom and insight come to those who are attuned to the natural cycles. She teaches that those who listen to the land will always know when to plant and when to harvest. Ika Meiji emphasizes her connection to healing, revealing that the earth provides remedies for all ailments. She teaches that true medicine is found in nature and that those who live in harmony with the earth will enjoy health and longevity. Oturupun Meiji portrays her as the guardian of sacred contracts, ensuring that agreements, whether in farming or in justice, must be honored. She teaches that breaking one's word leads to spiritual and material ruin. In Otura Meiji, Oko governs the balance between work and reward, reminding us that prosperity comes to those who put in the effort. She teaches that laziness leads to poverty, but dedication ensures security. Erete Meiji reveals her as the protector of traditions, ensuring that agricultural and judicial wisdom is passed down through generations. Ose Meiji connects her to rituals of purification, showing that the land, like the spirit, must be cleansed and nurtured to remain fertile. Finally, in Ofun Meiji, Oko represents the completion of the cycle of sustenance, where labor is rewarded, justice is served, and balance is restored. She teaches that those who cultivate the land with respect, who live honestly, and who uphold fairness will always be provided for. Across all 16 Odu Meji, Oko teaches that patience, discipline, and justice are the pillars of both spiritual and material success. Her essence is clear: those who work the land with respect, who seek truth, and who give back as much as they receive will always find themselves in abundance and peace. The planter of new beginnings in Ogbe Meji. In Odu Ogbe Meji, Oko represents the act of planting seeds, both literal and metaphorical, to create new opportunities. Myths recount how Oko taught humanity the importance of preparing the land and timing their efforts to ensure a bountiful harvest. This Odu encourages the querent to invest effort and faith in their ventures, trusting the process of growth. The cycle of sowing and reaping in Oyekumeji. In Odo Oyekumeji, Oko governs the cyclical nature of planting and harvesting, reflecting the natural order of life and death. Myths describe guiding a community through a drought by teaching them sustainable farming practices. This Odu emphasizes that patience and respect for natural rhythms lead to renewal and abundance. Advocate for ethical cultivation in Iwori Meji. In Odu Iwori Meji, Oko emphasizes the importance of ethical behavior in achieving success. Myths tell of Oko intervening in a dispute over stolen crops, ensuring justice for the rightful owner. This Odu teaches the querent that fairness and integrity are essential for lasting prosperity. Protector of communal resources in O-Meiji. In Odu O-Meiji, Oko protects shared resources and ensures they are used wisely. Myths recount Oko mediating a conflict between farmers to prevent overuse of fertile land, preserving its productivity. This Odu underscores the need for cooperation and stewardship to sustain communal wealth. The custodian of ancestral land in Irosun Meji. In O Irosun Meji, Oko connects the querent to ancestral lands and traditions. Myths describe Oko blessing a family with fertile soil, ensuring their lineage thrived for generations. This Odu encourages the querent to honor their roots and maintain the legacy of the land. Sustainer of productivity in Orin Meji. In O Orin Meji, Oko embodies the steady effort required to sustain productivity. Myths recount Oko advising farmers to rotate crops and care for the soil to maintain its fertility. This Odu teaches that consistent effort and mindful practices ensure enduring success. The strength of perseverance in Obara Meji. In Odu Obara Meji, Oko symbolizes the resilience needed to overcome challenges in agriculture and life. Myths tell of Ko helping a struggling farmer recover from floods by teaching him innovative planting techniques. This Odu emphasizes that perseverance and adaptability lead to triumph over adversity. The arbiter of justice in Okanran Meji. In Odu Okanran Meji, Oko enforces fairness in the distribution of resources. Myths describe Oko punishing a dishonest landowner who exploited laborers, ensuring justice was served. This Odu teaches that true abundance comes from equity and ethical conduct. Clearing obstacles for growth in Ogunda Meji. In Ogunda Meji, Oko works alongside Ògún to remove barriers that hinder growth and productivity. Myths recount O leading a group of farmers to clear land for cultivation, symbolizing teamwork and vision. This Odu encourages the querent to face challenges head-on with determination and collaboration. Justice through provision in Osameshi. In Odu Osa Meiji, Oko ensures justice by providing for the needs of the community. Myths tell of Oko resolving a famine by teaching the people how to cultivate neglected land, restoring balance. This Odu emphasizes that justice involves meeting the physical and spiritual needs of all. Revealer of fertile potential in Ika Meji. In Odu Ike Meji, Oko reveals the hidden potential of seemingly barren land. Myths describe uncovering fertile soil beneath a rocky terrain, teaching perseverance and faith. This Odu encourages the querent to look beyond surface challenges and discover hidden opportunities. Reconciler of conflicts over resources in Oturupon Mehi. In Odu Oturupon Meji, Oka mediates disputes over land and resources, ensuring equitable solutions. Myths tell of O bringing feuding farmers together to share a fertile valley, promoting peace and cooperation. This Odu teaches that reconciliation is key to prosperity. The Guide to New Opportunities in Otura Meji. In Odu Otura Meji, Oka leads the querent to unexplored opportunities, much like a farmer discovering new fertile fields. Myths describe Oko guiding a community to an untouched region where they established a thriving settlement. This Odu encourages the querent to embrace exploration and trust in divine guidance. The Champion of Legacy in Irete Mehi. In Irete Meji, Oko emphasizes the importance of leaving a legacy through responsible cultivation and care for the land. Myths recount Oko teaching a young farmer to plant trees that would benefit future generations. This Odu highlights the querent's duty to contribute meaningfully to the world. The Harmonizer of Growth in Ose Mehi. In Odu Ose Meji, Oko represents the harmony that arises from sustainable practices and ethical behavior. Myths recount Oka blessing a village with abundant harvests after they honored him with offerings and worked together in unity. This Odu highlights that abundance is a collective effort requiring cooperation and respect for divine laws. The Eternal Provider in Ofun Mehi. In Odu Ofun Meji, Oko embodies the eternal cycle of provision, ensuring that the earth continues to sustain life. Myths describe Oko establishing rituals to honor the land, maintaining its fertility for centuries. This Odu teaches the querent to act as stewards of the earth, respecting its divine purpose.